Well, hello there again. It is episode 22 of Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, going mostly solo, and you join me here, just outside of the Friendly Arm Inn, where I've just done a little bit of inventory management off screen, sold a couple of items, and topped up my gold a little bit. So we've effectively done the vast majority of the non-story work. There are a few areas in here, but I will save those for another time. Maybe even a completely different character, actually. Because there are 5 areas in Cloakwood that we need to go through over the course of the next few videos that will allow us to finally get to the city after which the game is named. So let's go to Cloakwood. It's not too far away. Hopefully won't get waylaid. No. And we come in from the east in the middle, and there are a couple of things in here that we can do. So I'll just use one of my little spiral search patterns to clear the map, and as we find these random encounters and the few scripted encounters that are in here, I'll tell you more about them as we do them. Yeah, don't forget to quick save, because you never know when a vampiric wolf is going to turn up. That's not a vampiric wolf, that's a Tasloy. +2 arrows are too good for him, but yeah, let's just go straight to melee. I'm already making a loss on the encounter, given that these arrows are like 13 gold apiece. I'm wearing the wrong belt again. Come on, it's only a paltry Tasloy. They do tend to wander around in groups of 6, though. So, even though they're very relatively low level, stop wasting expensive arrows, you muppet. Living up to his nickname again. How can you critical miss a Tasloy? I mean, Thakhour 12. The best longsword in the Western Heartlands. I'm just going to let him come to me, and there are bigger, badder enemies that, you know, deserve these a little bit later in the Cloakwood, so. They say practice makes perfect, so Harrison has a good opportunity to... Was that... Oh, maybe it was a critical hit. That's why it exploded into kibble. And this is a magical cloak. Now, way back in the mists of time, when the number of episodes was back in single figures, we were actually told about this cloak. I can't identify it. I don't have the lore skill. What is my lore? If we get this level, I'll take another look at it again, but I may not be high enough. But this is a cloak of non-detection, and I know I say not to put things on before you identify them, but if you just look at the bottom of the portrait, you'll see a nice little symbol has just appeared, and it shows you in my little status box here that you are, when you wear this cloak, you're not detectable by magical means, which is, I'm not sure how useful it is actually in the game. So this is Gurk's cloak. There is a quest for it. Oh, hold on. If we go back to chapter 1, yeah, no, maybe chapter 2. Gurk's cloak. There you go. There's the quest. So, yeah, his supposedly famous cloak stolen by a batch of Tasloi. Well, we just sorted that little problem out, didn't we? I don't think it's worth too many experience points, but since I don't need the cloak, this charm creature ability is, you know, more useful to me at this point. Come on, let's dance. Yeah, I'll take you all on. Ooh, lovely. So like a lot of those early chapter 1, chapter 2 quests about stolen equipment, most of the time you're actually just better off identifying and keeping it. Right. Well, while I wander around, I will actually equip that and hopefully recover a couple of hit points, so I don't have to use my spells too much. Oh no, I still need it equipped. Oh, that must be a bug. Not that I'm complaining. I'll take 12 free hit points. That's got to be worth a quick save, isn't it? Right, so around the edge and then spiral in. Usual routine for a new area. So that's one of the scripted encounters for the quest. I don't think there are any hidey holes like where we can pick up magical equipment. I don't think Elminster's been in here. There are squirrels. We're not worried about squirrels. So this area of the Cloakwood is relatively benign. The further you go into it, the more dangerous it becomes. As you'll see over the course of the next couple of videos. But I am imagining that I might not hit the level cap by the end of the video, but I'll probably be pretty close. I'll certainly be at the top end of the level cap by the time we reach the mine. That's certain. Right, there's a guy on the bridge here, Corin. He is a elven something or other. He's a fighter thief, I think. Yeah, fighter thief. So he's, as a multi-class, he's actually pretty good. Can be good fun having him in a party with Safana, because they will flirt relentlessly, and actually at the end of the game they will actually run off together. Oh, it's a spider. It's only a huge spider. Okay. No need for bitey arrows. And I'm not running. Harrison has got to learn how not to run away all the time. Having said that, we're probably going to do a lot of Sir Robining in the next area. So we'll burn that bridge when we've done the rest of the area. And so we'll go to the next section of the Cloakwood by passing over the bridge. So yeah, Corran is versatile, makes a pretty good archer. Yeah, quite useful to have in the party, and the dynamics between him and some of the other particularly female members of the party can be quite amusing to read and listen to. He also has a little bit of a quest associated with him as well. A couple. Because he has come to the Cloakwood to hunt wyverns, which are little miniature dragons, I guess is probably the best way to describe them. They're certainly the closest you'll get to dragon kind in Baldur's Gate 1. There are plenty of dragons in Baldur's Gate 2. Oh, stop being useless. I'd rather use a charge from the ring than an antidote potion. So, do the old Private Drake, we are leaving fire flamethrower retreat. That's another Aliens reference if you don't know. Though he's not a great touchstone really, because it doesn't end well for him. Okay, there we are. All good. Another 270 XP closer to this level. Close. Only I can only get 8,000 more XP for the entire rest of the game. Oh. Yeah, so you may have noticed Cloakwood has quite a few spiders in it. Not good for arachnophobes. Oh, yeah, I'm running away. No, don't do that. Just get in there and sort them out. And keep on saving. Don't aggro the bear. Don't aggro the bear. Not when there are spiders to kill who are much more worthy of your arrows. If you manage not to fling them off into the undergrowth. Yes, so as I mentioned earlier in the video series, if you are playing a ranger this particular part of the game, it's a stupendously good idea if you choose giant spider as your racial enemy. Oh, more Tasley. There's probably about half a dozen of them, so I'll try and soften them up with arrows. Yeah, I actually on my very first playthrough of the game, I picked a ranger, and almost by accident, because I knew nothing about the game before I actually played it that first time. I picked Spider as my racial enemy, and by the time I got here, I was very glad. Ah, come on. This... no, they're not really worth a charge from my ring of energy, are they? Yeah, I mean, we don't exactly need to ration the charges in our little magical toys, because by the time we're finished with Cloakwood, I will have plenty of money to recharge them. It's a Dreadwolf! Now, I think we established at the beginning of the last video in the temple region that if Harrison had a racial enemy, it would definitely be Vulpine. Him and wolves don't really mix, and this one I will give a bitey arrow because he's unaffected by poison. And yeah, I'm not going to waste the charge on the Algeron's cloak. I'll just look it up. But yeah, he didn't respond well to the charm creature. I think he's probably immune. Where's a good old dire wolf when you need one? These magical undead bastard things, we don't really like them. He's asleep on the job again. Backward. Might have to do the Private Drake flamethrower. It's not that much of a tongue twister. There we are. Okay, we didn't need to use the flamethrower retreat. And that's another good chunk of XP. 5,000 and a bit to go. Depending on what the random encounter generator throws at us, who knows, we might actually get that final level. Right, right there. This region is called the Cloakwood Lodge, because this is kind of like a hunting lodge, and I want to do this bit last, as the most XP rich encounter in this part of the map is actually based in front of this lodge. So we'll sweep this area. There's probably another few huge spiders down here, which is a scripted encounter to get me close to another 1,000 XP. Oh, what's this? Warg. He is affected by bitey arrows. What's wrong with my... Need to put my teeth back in. He is affected by bitey arrows, but he's not worth them. No, he's not going to get that second shot in before he takes the -4 penalty to hit for him being too close. Oh, the war critical missed. You're going to regret that. Not sure if I'm talking to critical miss. It must be contagious. It's the war critical missed twice in a row. Shall we see if we can get that cheap hit point boost just while we mop up the rest of the area before we trigger this encounter. And quick save again. I'm just double checking and planning my approach. I think you actually need to talk to the guy who's in front of the lodge before it gets triggered, but let's not take any chances. I've done it again. You need to have the buckler equipped before you start to regenerate. How hard can it be? Right, so there's the front of the lodge. Let's do it this way. So there's our guy who is hunting. I don't think you can actually rest in the lodge, which is a little bit weird because that's kind of what it's for. Okay. So these two lackeys we may have to end up fighting a little bit later. Right, so that's this part done, and we'll go inside the lodge and steal everything. Alright, it's just this chest, I think. And you need a really good open lock skill. What's in there? A couple of potions, good chunk of gold, and a few arrows. I think they're ice and fire. Fire, ice. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna use those first because free arrows are good arrows. Yes, I am Scottish. So that's a great potion. Well, not usable by thieves, regrettably. And that may come in handy very later. Very later. What? I'm sure English is actually my first language. Right. I'm going to swap. I think I've got another elixir of health in here, or maybe two. Just the one. Okay. I will pop those in there. Essentially because I'm probably going to get bitten a lot and poisoned quite a bit. So actually having the ability to heal as well as I get rid of the poison will be quite a good thing in the combat that is to come. Okay. Right.
Not a problem.
Close the door behind you. You weren't raised in a barn, Ian. There we are. Oh, it's glitched again. Thank you very much. I will take it. Right. So I have a couple of options here. Right. So talk to the guy.
You there! Identify yourself!
I'm under a terrible amount of stress. A group of uncouth savages have say they're gonna kill me. Would you help a fellow in trouble for the experience points? So these woodland savages are actually druids. And it should be well established by now that after saving the dryad I'm a bit of a tree hugger, or at least Harrison is. Yeah. When the druids arrive, I'm basically going to side with the druids because...
I have no quarrel with those who respect my forest.
Yeah, if they've been going around murdering druids, then this is not the kind of behaviour I approve of. So I will reconsider. So the yeah, have you ever had armor chafe? It's not nice. You want to kill me? You wanna wonga? Right. You're gonna have to catch me first. Normally these guys would go hostile as well. I don't want to have to kill them. Now... I could probably take him in melee. But let's give it another little round or two and see if these guys go hostile, because I have a wand of sleep waiting. No. That's interesting. For Baldur's Gate? Really? No, he's got a... Oh, Harrison, you're in danger of showing competence. It's remarkable. So, yeah, he's in trouble now. So I don't know whether he's going to call on his friends or not. But yeah, he has a +1 bastard sword, which is good against shape changes, I think. So it's a named sword at any rate. Oh, did that sting? I'll let him go. And then shoot him with one of his own fire arrows. If he... Harrison. So, nice chunk of gold. Potion I can't use. Crap armour. And this magical weapon, which I cannot identify. Right. Oh, no. It's a gemstone, Ian. What type? Zircon? No, it's a diamond. That's more lovely, lovely gold. Right. Okay. Talk to the druid. Get a load of XP, I hope. Okay. How much XP was Sasha Star worth? Right, yeah, that'll do. Cool. I managed to make it through the area without using any of my special abilities or using my Aldron's cloak, so that's quite remarkable. In that case, I shall clear the other side of the bridge and introduce us to Cloakwood Part 2 with some sense of trepidation, because it is not a terribly welcoming place. And I had... Actually, yeah... Oh, more Tasloi. You can have the free arrows. Just because they're free, Harrison, doesn't mean you should critical miss with them. You dummy. I'm going to have to do the Private Drake flamethrower retreat, I think. 16 damage from a Tasloi. Oh, stop being rubbish, you muppet. Oh, okay. Just pop the buckler back on. And make a quick save. There's more in here. Oh. He's asleep on the job. Ooh. That had to have hurt. Are there any spideys? No? Well, not here. I don't think the squirrel has anything to say. But if we were, you know, a druid or a ranger, I might say, stop treading on my nuts. Okay, 16-hour walk to Cloakwood Part 2. This is where the utility of that Buckley's Buckler really comes in. Because you will notice I have recovered all of my hit points and I've still not used any spells. That's not going to last. Because now we are probably in my least favourite part of the game. Because this is an arachnophobe's nightmare. And this little chunk of land here next to the waterfall is probably the safest bit in the entire place. So Tiber here had ambitions of being an adventurer with his brother.
Excuse me, please let me speak before you attack.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to kill you. What's up? Yeah, he wanted to clear the Cloakwood. Oh, so he found a great sword and wanted to kill spiders. That's really going to end well for Chelak, isn't it? Right, we'll find him because that's a really, really amazing two-handed sword, worth a lot of money. If you are in a party, and you can't use two-handed swords, you give it to Minsk. Oh yeah, this place is full of traps, so tread lightly. It's why I've got the auto pause on for when you find a trap, because you don't want to walk through one of these web traps and then be set upon by a huge fecking spider. Right. Right. I will try and keep my distance, even though it's only one of the less lethal spiders. So yeah, it pays not to rush this area, because you saw what happened in the Spiderwood when we started trying to fight 4 or 5 spiders at once. I don't know if these spiders have a resistance to slashing damage or not. I should look it up. But take your time. There are traps everywhere. So really try not to rush, and kind of look for places that where you think is a natural choke point, where an ettercap would just lay a trap. Because if you think one's there, you're probably correct. So the really dangerous stuff is over here. So we're going to go down to this area here first to begin with, because A, there are fewer traps, and also because there are fewer spiders, and there's also a really nice scimitar down here that is worth retrieving. Right, you are a giant spider, so they're easing us in gently. So be careful where you run. God, 6 damage, really? So we're gonna have to do the bungee jump yo-yo retreat method. Sometimes I wonder whether the game is just being obtuse, or whether it deliberately misinterprets your clicks. Now we definitely do need the Benny Hill music again, don't we? Yeah. So these chaps have a much greater number of hit points than the huge spiders, and a correspondingly large number of experience points as well. So they would go down fairly quickly. Critical miss, well done. Fairly quickly if you had a party of 6 with lots and lots of missile weapons. Try again. Right. Use the innocent bystander for cover. Sell him a dummy. And actually, you can use this corner to actually get a bit more room as the enemy pathfinding struggles to find the best route to you. Okay, so almost 200 XP more, and there are plenty and plenty of spiders in here. This may take some time, so since I've got quite a bit of stuff that I can't identify, I may just try and find... Don't walk that far that fast, Ian. Do you want to walk into a web trap? So I doubt I'll be able to identify this Rashad's Talon +2. Another very, very good sword. You need the scimitar proficiency for it. So if you're playing a druid, for example, yeah, that's a good specialisation to take. Very good for Jaheira. It turns up again in Baldur's Gate 2. I think you can get it from trade meat. Any traps? Usually what happens is you tread on the trap, get webbed, and immediately aggro about 3 spiders. So I'm not actually as arachnophobic as I used to be. There we are, there it is. And that is a ring that you don't want to put on. It's another one of these rings that makes you look like a zombie. Okay, right, so we'll take that, and we'll take that, and we just get a nice view of the leaping fish. Right. So, yeah. So unless you want to lose all your charisma, yeah, don't put that on. So that's the bastard sword, and that's the scimitar, which I can't identify. So these guys I will have to take back to the Temple of Wisdom at the friendly arm. And I'm wondering whether I should maybe freeze the video here and do this spidery hellhole in a separate video, because it is going to take a while. I think I'll do that. So what I shall do is I will identify these, give Gurk his cloak back, and when I am in Baragost I think I need to stock up on a few more arrows. But I'll do that off screen because you don't really need to see that. So I will leave us on a little bit of a cliffhanger, because for me at least the next video is going to be fairly painful, because it's going to involve a lot of sneaking around and blundering into traps and getting poisoned by spiders. So we'll save that for the next video. And until then, I shall bid you a good day and farewell.